Hey everybody, and welcome to Rugby Chats with Angus. Now you probably wonder, who the hell is this guy? No, it's not a rugby player, but he is quite a rugby brain. Richard Reder, good friend of mine, the starter, or you can say the instigator of the Gr8 South African Rugby quiz. Richard, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you for having me, Angus. It's a privilege being on your show.
It's a pleasure having you, man. It's good to see you again. Let's talk about your quiz you started. What exactly inspired you to start the Gr8 South African Rugby quiz?
Well, it all started in lockdown last year, and quite spontaneously the way the whole thing came about. So a friend of mine from Cape Town was competing in a online sports quiz, and he asked me the one morning if I would be interested in joining his team for the evening's event. And I thought, yeah, sure, why not? And he added me to the group, and there was a bit of conversations going on there. And I was keeping this in the background when I was waiting for a Zoom meeting with a client to start. I was about 15 minutes early, and I had my laptop open up in front of me, a Word document, and a table, and I just started typing in rugby questions that I thought was interesting, stuff that I knew that I thought was quite interesting, and converted it into a PDF and sent it through to the group. Now, the group, there was no real reaction on that group, but I thought, let me just forward it to another rugby group that I'm on, that we set up especially for the Lions tour upcoming, where we were going to watch the games as a bunch of guys. So I sent it through to them. The guys on the group started answering the questions and sent the answers through to me. And I shared the scores with them during the afternoon, and we had a conversation going around that. So I came up with an idea, and I said, well, guys, if you're interested, I mean, we're all sitting at home, we've got some time. I can set up a Zoom meeting tomorrow night and compile a little rugby quiz for us just to catch up and have a bit of banter going in lockdown. And the next day, I did a PowerPoint. I put some questions on the PowerPoint, set the Zoom up, we did a share screen, and basically that was all she wrote. Next moment, we got to where we are today with the quiz.
Yeah, and later on, I joined myself, being part of the Buggers group on WhatsApp. And like I said, being involved myself with quiz nights, and I can safely say it's not your general pub quiz. I mean, I've won a pub quiz single-handedly, a rugby one, not too long ago, about a year ago, in Stellenbosch at Hudson's. Won it single-handedly. Easy pickings. And then I got involved with you guys, and I always got like low table, mid table. If I do mid table, then it's actually a good thing. So the finishes for me hasn't been great, but not too bad either. So how much time and research actually goes into creating a quiz like this?
So what I usually do, because we have a month in between, I usually have a background, or in the back of my mind, an idea what I want to do for the following quiz. And basically I've run it through a few ideas, a lot of stuff that I've picked up or known for a few years. I think I want to bring into that event, and then I start putting the questions together on a PowerPoint, and then doing some research over time to add it. So usually I'll think about what I want to do for about a good 2 weeks, and then in the space of an afternoon I'll put all of that together into a format that we do for the next round. Also I spend a lot of time trying to think of new games or ideas that we can bring in and incorporate to keep it the whole concept fun and going, because I mean it's carried on a lot longer than I thought it would do after the first 3 rounds.
Definitely, man. And these are good segments as well, and you added quite a few like who am I and all those kind of things, which people can see later down the line, but we'll talk about that in a bit. But the project, is still fresh. You've done it now for, let's say, over a year now, and it had some significant growth to the point where it extended beyond the Buggers group. You've now involved, you can say, quiz Twitter, or whatever you want to call it, where the best of the rugby brains on Twitter always jabs and argue and debates, get to actually test each other on their knowledge. And now you set up a competition. Do you mind elaborating more on that?
Yeah, so I think after this, I came back from Cape Town in December, came back up to Pretoria. Uh, one of our other members on the group, Andre Giel, he started putting out feelers to do an open event the one evening. And I must say, it all grew by word of mouth, and the quality of competitors we've got up until the point where we set up a competition for the year, where we've got 20 of what I would like to say some of the best rugby brains. There's probably more out there that we will find that will probably become aware of this along the way. But if you just look at the quality of the guys that are involved, I mean, we've got journalists from Rugby 365, Supersport, SA Rugby Mag that's competing. We've got sports bloggers. We've we've got a sports trader on there. We've got league-winning coaches and players on there that's joined for the year. So if we just look at the quality of members that we've or competitors that we've got for the year, I mean, I'm humbled in with the quality of rugby brains that's picked up on this and actually want to do this. I mean, the one guy also mentioned that I found out along the way he's been a collector of rugby memorabilia for 26 years. He started with the '95 World Cup, and I mean, the amount of knowledge that that guy would have built up, and he still feels he wants to compete in something like this. I mean, it is quite humbling if you see the quality of the competitors we've lined up for this first edition.
Definitely. I mean, being involved, like I said, some guys they are way beyond my league. I'm still a newbie in all of this, but it's very, very competitive and very insightful as well. I've learned a lot so far being involved. And it's going to be live now, as far as I know, the competition itself. So people can actually tune in and watch, and we can send out the link after the whole chat. So guys, you can check this out, obviously. But are there anything up for grabs? You know, it's being a competition. Is there any prize involved where the guys can win a little something?
Well, so far we're looking for sponsors for the lower prizes, for the lower positions. But our winner, we've kept it rugby related. So we've set up a vintage Springbok jersey that's valued at around 2,000 Rand for the winner from the early 90s. So just depending on the size of the winner, we'll have a few options for them to choose from at that value that I've bankrolled out of my own pocket so far for the winner at the end of the year. So there is something for the main guy, and hopefully we can grow this venture to get some prizes for the lower competitors, or even get a bigger prize for next year if we have some guys returning for another edition.
I'm sure there will be a season 2, eh? And speaking of that, to be honest, beyond the online segment you're going to start doing now, it's going to start next month, as far as I know, right?
Yes, so our pool play that we've done our draw for last week, that's starting on the 26th of May, or the last Wednesday in May. I'm just need to confirm. I think it's the 26th of May. But we will also be having, as a surprise, I want to mention that I want to share the link with you. So we've got 3 medical jokers that's competing as well, and they will be doing the preliminaries on Monday night that we're going to start live streaming. That will give you a link for your channel as well, for your subscribers to directly log in and watch the preliminaries in action if they're up for that.
Okay, awesome. Looking forward to see who those guys are actually. Yeah, I never completed my question, to be honest. But you know, beyond the online segments, and this is probably pushing it now, being it so early. But is there any chance that this small little project that started a year ago, when lockdown was in level 5, might turn into we can say a rugby TV show, or even a bit smaller? You know, just you hosting quiz nights at pubs. Is there anything in the pipeline like that, or is it just a thing for Twitter now, or for online now?
Well, I'm open to see how it grows. At the moment, I'm just taking it baby steps, or one step at a time, because I've still got my own practice that I'm running and trying to grow as well. So Going with this full time, it's not something that I can do right now, but I'm open to letting the project grow and getting more people involved. And as you say, wherever it takes us, I'm depending on the reaction of the first season. The sky's probably the limit, but we're taking it one step at a time.
That's a good attitude, actually. And the last question, I actually answered this now, but what is your ultimate goal for the Gr8 South African Rugby Quiz?
Well, the ultimate goal is to grow it as fast as possible. And I mean, for me, the big thing that I've picked up is, and from the events that we've had, is just to make it enjoyable and keep the guys involved. So and add some bit of value to the rugby viewing. I mean, a lot of the stuff that we've worked out came from something simple that I saw. To give you an example, about a year or so ago when we just started online, and I saw an orange Scotland rugby jersey, one that they actually wore twice in the '99 World Cup. And I thought about how can I share this with the guys? And the next moment, the Who or Me category was born just out of that jersey itself. So, I mean, for me, the thing is, if we can keep it enjoyable, as long as it remains enjoyable for the guys competing, and we can grow it as far as possible, I'm prepared to take this wherever it goes. It's just that depending on what value it offers to the rugby public and how they see it fit into their overall rugby experience in the long run.
Awesome, man. Awesome. I can safely say the Who Wore Me category is one that always kills me. I got a few right, but I got the majority wrong, so it's quite a difficult one. But very interesting as well if you look at all the jerseys the teams wore through the years and all of that. But yeah, guys, that is it. So yeah, Richard will probably drop the link, and I'll drop it myself on my page when the live streaming for the competition starts in May, the 26th, we think. Just need to double check that. Yeah. But yeah, guys, it's been good talking to you, Richard. We'll talk again soon, obviously, I think after the first round, or whenever you have a chance again. But yeah, guys, that's been Richard Rieder, the creator of the Gr8 South African Rugby Quiz. So from my side, adios amigos. I need to go and do my Saturday things. Richard, anything planned for today?
Well, we were supposed to do Pro 14, but that's off the table. So we'll probably hang around and see how the European guys get along with it.
Yeah, Leinster Monday, still a biggie coming up.
The big one, yeah.
Oh, well, guys, that is it. I'll see you soon. Cheers, Richard.
Cheers, thank you.